What is going on, video game fiends, and welcome back to my fourth comparison video. If you haven't seen the other three, you can go on ahead to my channel and check those out. But with that said, let's get right into it, as this one will be a little bit longer than the other ones. This is running on PlayStation 5 1080-60, which is most likely what everyone played it on. This was a solid game in that resolution, unlike the 4K 30 option that this has, which makes me dizzy. I don't know if it makes other people dizzy, but I can't play something that's not solid, especially when you're moving the camera around. It was making me very dizzy because I tried it on this and I was just like, damn, this was bad. It's not bad. I got used to it a little bit later on, but yeah, it was pretty bad when you move the camera around. So we're gonna do the same thing here, just moving up here, doing a couple of moves, doing a 360. We're gonna go back up and do the same thing when we switch out to 4K 30.
Be you a war god or a Valkyrie?
Okay, so now that we're back here, we are going to go into settings and change this from 1080-60 to 4K 30, and you will notice a pretty significant difference between the two. Okay, so now that you've seen that, let's get into some fighting in the 4K 30 mode. We're going to go to this black smoke here. And last I was here, I had some enemies and actually cut it out because I didn't know. I don't know. This must have been part of the new update. I have not played Valhalla yet. I'm actually looking forward to playing that after popping this game in there and doing that update. But yeah, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so you can obviously see that it's not as smooth as playing in 1080-60. Obviously 30 frames and a lot of frame drop in there. It's actually not as bad as you would think, but the clarity of playing 1080-60 as games and the way to go when you're playing something like this. So we're gonna head back and I'm gonna pop in the actually no, you know what, I want to do a little bit of fighting. I actually want to do a little bit more fighting. So we're gonna go to the portal and let's go to the volcano area. I forget the name of that, where you can do the trials. Okay, so now that we're here, let's do a simple trial in 4K 30. We're gonna play this out. Excuse the gameplay. I haven't played this in a long time, so yeah, it's gonna be a little rough watching me play this since I've platinumed it. So, but it got me excited to play it again because I do wanna play Valhalla and finish that. So as you can see, the average frame drops in this 4K 30 gameplay. I would never play this in 4K 30. 1080 60 is definitely the sweet spot for this on PlayStation 5. But now we're gonna move on over to PlayStation 5 Pro and see the comparison between 4K 30 and 4K 60, and we're gonna switch over to that in a couple of seconds.
Tell me when to shoot.
Okay guys, here we are. This is the PlayStation 5 Pro console. We are now switched to 4K 60, and you can see the difference right away between 4K 30 on PlayStation 5 and 4K 60 on PS5 Pro. You can see the detail on here. That's a big jump. The colors are nice, and the tones, everything, the blacks especially, that contrast, the way the fire looks on his outfit, all that looks great. Let's do the same thing we did here by opening up the portal and do that running and a couple of moves that we did just like we had on the other two videos. So as you can see, this is looking very smooth. This looks just like 1080 60. However, you can see there's a bit more sharpness, there's a bit more contrast, at least in my eyes for the moment. Before we do the side-by-sides, I'm going to try to do a triple side-by-side of 1080 on PS5, 4K 30 on PS5, and then this 4K 60 on PS5 Pro using PSSR. There was also an option for TAA. For what that is, if you do, leave a comment of what that is. I am using PSSR because that is the Sony technology, that is the AI system that they have on this console. So no clue what TAA is, so I'm not going to use it. Maybe I'll play around with it, look it up. But if anyone knows, just leave a comment, let me know what that is, and if I should do comparisons with that or not even bother.
Found something for you. Put it in the chest.
Would have been a shame to have left that behind.
All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to head on over to Muspelheim, and I think that's how you say it, not sure. And we're going to do some action gameplay, do some fighting in the same trials, survival. We'll do a few enemies and see how this holds up. I mean, the reds in there look really nice. These blues look great. Okay, so that looks nice. I mean, you can see the detail from that. The ice that came up, I saw a lot of, you can see a lot of the detail in that. All the little parts and particles. Looks really, really good. I mean, that was a perfect example of the type of graphics you're getting with this. The brightness of the chains, the fire, and just the light, everything. It looks really, really nice. That's a big difference. 5, even coming from the 1080-60 version, that just the blacks look fantastic, and just everything. All these colors look really, really good. They don't look oversaturated. The tones look great. The blacks look great. I mean, overall, really, really, really damn good.
It avoids every attack!
Enemies on the left!
Watch the fire!
All right, so now that we've seen this, I actually want to go into Valhalla. I'm sure that's going to have a cutscene leading to somewhere. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I have not played Valhalla yet. So let's go shoot on over to that. We're going to go back to the PlayStation 5 and do, I think we're going to do, so 4K 30 on that. And then we'll do the same thing and do PlayStation 5 Pro on 4K 6. And let's go on ahead and go do that. Okay, so we are back. This is on the PlayStation 5. We're going to go, actually, we're going to go 1080. Let's do 1080 60, because I want to, do I want to compare that over 4K 60 on PlayStation 5 Pro? I think that's what I want to do. I want to see, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that more so than the 4K 30. We know 4K 30 we're going to get drops, right? That's obvious. But how does 1080 60 on PS5 compared to PS5 Pro 4K 60? So let's do that. And what are we gonna do here? We're gonna do mastery, right? Because I like hard games. I like difficulty because I'm a hardhead. You know, sometimes, you know, sometimes it's not necessary, but sometimes I just like putting myself through hell sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just do it. So, all right. So let's check this out. I'm sure there's going to be an intro here. And I was right. All right. I'll let this play.
You are certain you remember nothing of this place?
Oh, nothing that would help us. Tell me, brother, why exactly are we doing this?
I do not know.
Oh, that's comforting. Look, I know you expect more from the smartest man alive, but Odin always kept me in the dark about this place. Which is why I urged you to seek Freya's guidance. Repeatedly.
She does not seem eager to speak with me.
Well, quite the opposite, brother. But you tell yourself whatever you need to.
I see a shore ahead. Black sand.
Exactly as described in the invitation. We finally bloody made it.
Something is happening.
Back to basics, then. Well, that felt unsettling, like we plunged into a dream.
Okay, so let's look at this stuff on 1086. You can see, obviously, this looks nice. But I feel from what I can recall, the blacks look better on PlayStation 5 Pro for sure, even though obviously this looks good. But yeah, so I guess we're going through all of this. I'm assuming we're gonna go through that door and we are gonna fight some enemies.
Locked.
I don't suppose you'll take that as our cue to turn around and leave?
Reatha Sialfur, Sinum Hautum.
To be one's own master.
Master thyself.
Yeah, all this list looks great. 1080-60 on God of War Ragnarok was fantastic.
Something is wrong. I feel weaker.
Valhalla may not appreciate our breaking in.
All right then, yeah. Let's get these guys. Whoa, there goes almost half my energy, half my health. That's not good. Okay, I'm not doing any. Oh my God, that's it. It's a wrap. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have put mastery on this just yet, but hey, whatever. This is my first entry in here anyway, so we'll see. But yeah, that ain't work out for me.
We're back outside.
You marched into Valhalla without even talking to us first?
Nice to see you too, milady.
It was a personal matter, and I would not take you from your duty.
Okay, so this is pretty cool. So is this gonna be like
This entrance is secret.
like a roguelike? You when you die, you end up back at the beginning, I'm assuming. I really haven't looked into it, so I don't know, but from what I get, it looks like, yeah, it looks like you're gonna go through these levels, and once you die, you end up back at the beginning of the stage. So pretty cool. So at least we get to see this nice little cutscene here and get to see what these colors look like. And as I said before, looking great overall. 1080-60 PS5.
It's likely a trap.
You're thinking of going back in.
Would you join me?
Oh, don't let me intrude on your personal matter. Besides, I can't. Unlike the two of you, I've never died.
What happens if I return inside?
Well, that depends on you. Valhalla draws from the memories of those who enter. In there, you're an open book. Sure, you want to go back in.
How did you even get past the gate?
I forced it open.
With his bare hands.
He forced it open.
There's an easier way if you insist on going back in. Come.
Sigrun, maybe later we could continue with that one conversation.
For once, Mimir, I think you've said enough.
Ah, right then.
And the other matter we discussed? You're still thinking, I take it?
I am.
Is that what this is? Guess I'll let you think, then.
So now let's jump to the PlayStation 5 Pro to this intro of Valhalla.
are certain you remember nothing of this place.
Oh, nothing that would help us. Tell me, brother, why exactly are we doing this?
I do not know.
Oh, that's comforting. Look, I know you expect more from the smartest man alive, but Odin always kept me in the dark about this place. Which is why I urged you to seek Freya's guidance. Repeatedly.
She does not seem eager to speak with me.
Well, quite the opposite, brother. But you tell yourself whatever you need to.
I see a shore ahead. Black sand.
Exactly as described in the invitation. We finally bloody made it.
So on the 4K 60, you can definitely see the brightness here, the contrast. For me, the contrast is one of the biggest differences between 1080 60 on PS5 and 4K 60 on PS5 Pro. The difference in contrast is definitely very significant, at least in my eyes. I don't know how it is for you guys. Everyone uses different monitors, different TVs, different phones, but I definitely see the difference here a lot. Yeah, the overall blacks just look deeper, and you can actually see the detail more. It's almost like HDR, which is kind of crazy. So you're playing this game in HDR mode without having HDR, because none of these games that I play are being pushed out in HDR, obviously because YouTube doesn't really like HDR, even though I did find a trick sort of around that. If you don't know, if you want to play games in HDR and you want to upload those to find a trick, you can actually do it via the PlayStation 5 directly. If you do it directly, it'll do that for you. You want to upload to look pretty amazing. But yeah, I figured I'd throw that out there if anyone was interested in that. But yeah, none of my games will ever be in HDR because of how YouTube treats it. So we're gonna go in here and do a little bit of the gameplay. I'll probably die in the first section again, or maybe not, maybe because this time around, since now I know what I'm getting myself into.
Reatha Sialfur, Sinum Hautum.
To be one's own master.
Master thyself.
A more poetic way of putting it, but yes.
Something is wrong. I feel weaker.
Valhalla may not appreciate our breaking in.
My shield.
Oh, that's a rough one! Right! Behind you!
Well, got through it. Let me get the prize. Yeah. Frost Resolve and Siphon Strength. We're obviously going to go with Frost Resolve, I believe. Okay, this is all cool, but I'm gonna have to do this in my own time. I just wanted to show you guys just a little bit of it between PS5 and PS5 Pro and Valhalla, and we're gonna go continue on and do a comparison of all three: 1080 60, 4K 30, and 4K 60 on a three-way split. So let's go on ahead and get to that. Actually, let's go back and check the cutscene on PS5 Pro 4K 60 before we shoot on to the side-by-side comparison of all three.
It was a personal matter, and I would not take you from your duties.
You breached Valhalla.
And yeah, I can see the difference here in detail, in clarity, where you can see, you know, in the dark areas, you can still see the details of their armors. I mean, the reds here are really popping out nice. The fur, the beard. Yeah, this is looking really, really nice.
Master Valhalla, master thyself. And then directions here, no signature.
Who else knows of this entrance?
Odin and us. It's likely a trap.
You're thinking of going back in.
Would you join me?
Oh, don't let me intrude on your personal matter. Besides, I can't. Unlike the two of you, I've never died.
What happens if I return inside?
Well, that depends on you. Valhalla draws from the memories of those who enter. In there, you're an open book. Sure, you want to go back in?
How did you even get past the gate?
I forced it open.
With his bare hands.
He forced it open.
There's an easier way if you insist on going back in. Come.
Sigrun, maybe later we could continue with that one conversation.
For once, Mimir, I think you've said enough.
Aye. Right then.
And the other matter we discussed? You're still thinking, I take it?
I am.
Is that what this is? Guess I'll let you think, then.
All right, so now we're going to get on to the comparison on side by side. So here is the triple comparison. I'm not going to put which one is which. I want you guys to see if you can figure it out. Which one is PS5 Pro, which one is PS5 4K 30, and which one is PS5 1080 60. In the pinned comment below, I'll be giving you the answers. Let's see if you were right. All right, guys, this is finally the end of the video. Thank you for sticking around. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate everybody. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can get notified when my next comparison video is posted. And with all that said, like my beautiful goddaughter loves to say,
Like and subscribe.
until the next one, keep on gaming.
Tell me, brother, why exactly are we doing this?
I do not know.
Oh, that's comforting. Look, I know you expect more from the smartest man alive, but Odin always kept me in the dark about this place. Which is why I urged you to seek Freya's guidance. Repeatedly.
She does not seem eager to speak with me.
Well, quite the opposite, brother. But you tell yourself whatever you need to.
I see a shore ahead. Black sand.
Exactly as described in the invitation. We finally bloody made it.
Something is happening.
Back to basics then. Well, that felt unsettling. Like we plunged into a dream. Doesn't seem anyone's here to welcome us.
Locked.
I don't suppose you'll take that as our cue to turn around and leave?
Reatha Sialfor, Sinum Hautum.
To be one's own master.
Master thyself.
A more poetic way of putting it, but yes.
Something is wrong. I feel weaker.
Valhalla may not appreciate our breaking in.
My shield.
Oh, that's a rough one! Right! Behind you! Not the sort of foes I expected to encounter here. Curious. Seems it's the way of this place to offer you a choice. At least you're not going in completely hobbled. Perhaps the last remaining pocket of Asgard. Something unreal about it, though. At least this part seems peaceful. You should have a look around.
You truly believe Freya would have aided us in this?
Aided us, talked sense into you. Win-win either way, really. I certainly can't see how there's any benefit to avoiding her.
I am not avoiding her.
Brother, you've gone to bloody Valhalla to avoid her. At least be honest with yourself.
It is not her I'm avoiding. I value Freya.
Well, that I believe. And nice to hear you admit, frankly. I think she values you as well, in her way.
She finds me useful. It is not the same.
Is that really what you think?
I do not believe she understands what she asks of me.